is part of a broad radio and internet employment campaign available through the Miller Media Group. Contact your account manager or email sales@randyradio.com for more information. IllinoisJobPost.com is where we put the power of radio and the internet to attract prospective candidates.
Here are the contest rules for WHOW and WEZC Radio. We allow only one winner of any prize from either station per household in a 30-day period. Prizes can be picked up by the winner at our studios inside the Big Red Barn, 4 miles south of Clinton on U.S. Highway 51 within 2 weeks of winning. Our office hours are weekdays from 8 till 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Employees of WHOW, WEZC, and their families are not allowed to participate in our contests. Thanks for participating and for listening to WHOW and WEZC.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the phone, Joey Long, is the executive director of the DeWitt County Museum and C.H. Moore Homestead. Hi, Joey.
Good morning, Seth.
Are you excited for the Apple and Pork Festival?
I am, and I think everyone else is too.
It certainly is coming up fast. I was talking with one of our sponsors the other day, and we made note of the fact it feels like Apple and Pork is kind of sneaking up on us a little bit this year. I think it's because it's, technically kind of an early Apple and Pork Festival. 23 and 24 of September is kind of early for those numbers on the calendar and the Apple and Pork Festival. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think we're all kind of feeling that way. But yes, it falls quite a bit earlier this year than normal. It always falls in the last full weekend of September. And, it just happens that the way the calendar falls this year, it's kind of sneaking up on us. But hey, that's all right. We don't have to wait any longer for it to come.
Very good. Joey, let's highlight all things Apple and Pork Festival. What is the Apple and Pork Festival? Maybe there's someone out there listening this morning that says, what is the Apple and Pork Festival? What are they talking about? What is this, Joey?
Sure. So the Apple and Pork Festival takes place this year, September 23rd and 24th at the C.H. Moore Homestead and DeWitt County Museum. It is one of Central Illinois' longest running festivals. This will be the 55th year for it, and it's also one of the largest. And I like to think it's one of our favorites. So it was established by the DeWitt County Museum Association long ago to be able to, come up with a way to provide the funds to restore the old mansion that we now know as the C.H. Moore Homestead, and also to provide the funds not only to restore the house, but also, maintain and operate it. So even today, that continues to be the mission. All the proceeds that the Museum Association takes in from the festival actually go directly, to that same mission. Keeping the house and the grounds and the other buildings, well maintained, being able to keep our doors open for tours. We are open for tours April through December to be able to provide programming, a place for school groups to come, educational opportunities, all of those good things.
Joey, when it comes to the Apple and Pork Festival, this will be the 55th year?
Yes, the 55th year. So we're still running strong. We have some new things coming this year, but also we, for all of these decades, have stayed close to, what the original vision was for the Apple and Pork Festival. So the Apple and Pork Festival is unique in the fact that it's a celebration of history and heritage and hospitality. So I would call it an old-fashioned festival. So you're not going to find things like a bounce house or a corn dog on the ground. We offer over 25 food booths on the ground that prepare and serve a wide variety of foods, old-fashioned foods, most of them based on apples or pork. It's the Apple and Pork Festival. And then, the fun that you'll find is old-fashioned type of fun, or, things that feature or showcase or celebrate, maybe I would want to say, you know, our history and our heritage here. Things like the meal grinding demonstrations, the blacksmith demonstrations, the 18th century crafter demonstrations. We even have Abraham Lincoln visiting us. We'll have a Victorian magician. Just a lot of things planned for the weekend. And, you know, just going with that traditional feel is really what makes our festival stand out and makes it so special.
Now, take us back, Joey, 55 years ago. Remind us, this is always kind of a fun time for a little bit of a history lesson. What was the Apple and Pork Festival's original purpose?
Well, when the DeWitt County Museum Association was given the opportunity to set up the museum in what we now know as the Moore Mansion, the house was in very bad condition. And this group of people who comprised the DeWitt County Museum Association got together and decided to have a little fundraiser. So what they did is, out on the front lawn of the house, they prepared sandwiches, one stack of sandwiches, and they cooked one pot of old-fashioned ham and beans out on the front lawn over an open fire, and immediately sold out. And from there, we have now evolved into what we are. And I think it's 8 kettles of beans now. I can't tell you how many ham sandwiches. And then, of course, we added many, many, many things since then to the menu. So it became a 2-day festival to support the museum. It amazes me. I don't think that those people 55 years ago, I can't think that those people who came up with the idea of an old-fashioned festival celebrating our history and our heritage and trying to preserve, you know, our history as far as preserving the house and the stories and the artifacts and whatnot. You know, they were celebrating the pioneer spirit, right? And it's not lost on me that those people trying to, you know, celebrate that pioneer spirit, they had no idea that they were pioneers themselves at that time. They had no idea that they were establishing a festival that was going to last beyond 55 years. And I think that's quite remarkable. But it's a great example of what just a group of people coming together with good intentions and wanting to accomplish something great can really do if you just roll up your sleeves and put your mind to it. And for that, I'm very grateful.
Joey Long is the director of the DeWitt County Museum, and C.H. Moore Homestead, our guest on the phone here for this morning. Now, at what point or how did it evolve to where now you have nonprofits all over the community setting up shop and selling their own food items on the homestead grounds? Like, how did that evolution take place, Joey?
Well, you know, it started out very small. The museum food booths that were on the grounds in the beginning and still on the grounds would be the apple cider floats, the apple butter, the smoked ham sandwiches, and our signature ham and beans. But as this festival grew and grew, you know, we can't feed 80,000 people each day on our own, right? So we invited other local nonprofits to come in, nonprofit organizations that serve DeWitt County, to come in and open their own food stands, which they did. So now we have a total of, this year it will be a total of 25 food booths, some of which are still run by the museum, others that are run by other local nonprofit organizations. And then those organizations give a % of their income to the museum to support the museum and help, you know, offset the cost that it takes to, you know, put on a festival like this. And then it leaves them with enough, I'm told often, to not have to do any other fundraising for the year. A lot of these nonprofits actually make their entire yearly annual income from these 2 days of festival, which is a great thing. So if you come to the festival and you buy food there on the museum grounds, you can feel good about that, knowing that all of the money that you're spending is going to a good cause. It's going to help keep the mansion going and the museum going and whatnot. But it's also helping all of these other local nonprofits that are carrying out their good work and their missions here in DeWitt County. So you can always feel good about that.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
then, oh, go ahead.
Well, and I was just going to say, I mean, you're kind of making the point I wanted to make sure I hammered home this morning is that, if you're going to come out to the Apple and Pork Festival, obviously a lot of things have grown up around the community in this time, in that time of 55 years. And, it feels like every corner of the community has something going on. But, you want to make sure you get down to the festival grounds and purchase those, whether it's the chicken cutlet sandwich at the YMCA booth or the corn on the cob or whatever the case may be. You're supporting not only that local group, but you're supporting the homestead when you're down actually on the homestead grounds.
Yes, absolutely. So if you make a purchase there with your food, your dollars are going to a very good cause. So just know that. And then you also asked me about how it came to be that we had the crafters and whatnot. And I actually was looking at some old posters, probably from the very beginning days of the festival. And they had, even then at the beginning, they had weavers, they had spinners, they had candle making and whatnot. And so we've tried to continue with that and added as we can, the different crafts. But I will say, it's kind of sad to note, a lot of those skills or the people that have those talents are dying out, and not so many young people picking that up. So it gets harder and harder to find a broom maker or a tinsmith. We still have quite a few that will be there with us this year, but yeah, that's something that's kind of, I would say, dying out. But then maybe on the bright side of that, it makes it all the more special that you can come to the festival and see these people, working at their crafts and kind of stepping back in time and seeing the old-fashioned way of doing these things.
No question about it. A lot goes on. And Joey, I'm sure there's much, much more we could talk about with the Apple and Pork Festival. So let's do that on the other side of the break. Where do folks go to learn about all things 2023 Apple and Pork Festival?
They can go to our website. It's chmorehomestead.org. They can go to our new Facebook page. It's Apple and Pork Festival, and they would want to look for the trademark pig and apple logo, the version that is the red pig on the white background.
That is Joey Long. She's the director of, again, the DeWitt County Museum, C.H. Moore Homestead, our guest on the phone here for this morning. And again, the Apple and Pork Festival comes up August 23rd and 24th here in Clinton. Check it out and be a part of it with us. We'll come back with more with Joey here on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Hi, I'm Dave Jackson, owner of your Clinton Save-A-Lot store in downtown Clinton, here to talk to you about our great produce department. We take great pride in being recognized by more and more customers as the place to go for the absolute freshest produce in central Illinois. Our 7 produce professionals are very picky and won't put it out for sale if they wouldn't buy it themselves. Huge savings and the freshest produce are waiting for you at your Clinton Save-A-Lot. Hope to see you soon.
Summertime injuries can slow your summer fun. That's why the Warner Hospital Physical Therapy Department in Clinton is here. This is Cheryl DeMett, manager of the Physical Therapy Department. My staff and I are trained in many specialties, so whether you are an infant, a kid involved in summer sports, an adult weekend warrior, or someone recovering from a recent surgery, we are here for you. Don't go out of town. Let the Warner Hospital Physical Therapy Department get you back to enjoying your summer. We provide quality, compassionate care close to home.
There's an internet service that's faster and better than cable, faster and better than wireless, and it's coming to Clinton. Connexus is building a fiber internet network in Clinton with service available later this year. Get local, reliable, affordable, and speed of light fiber internet service from Connexus for just $45 a month for 1 gig speed your first year and $65 a month thereafter. Get yourself on the install list for gig fiber internet in Clinton by clicking the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Fiber internet is coming to Clinton. Get on the install list now.
Your donations to Love It Once More Thrift Store in Clinton stay local to help local. This is Connie. Donate now and you'll receive a card good for 10% off your next purchase. So bring us a donation and help us help others. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, or DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is Ryan Utterback with Utterback Real Estate. Selling your house on your own can be overwhelming.
Pricing, phone calls, showings, liability. Did I mention the paperwork and baking all those cookies for open houses?
And that's why you're the other Ryan.
For stress-free selling, click the Utterback Real Estate icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, Joey Long, director of the DeWitt County Museum, is my guest on the phone here for this morning. And Joey, let's just talk this year's Apple and Pork Festival. Of course, a lot of things go on surrounding the Apple and Pork Festival as folks are making their way around, getting all those favorite foods and those sorts of things. They're checking out the parade of pigs. They're checking out the music. Obviously, they can hear the music throughout the grounds. Like you mentioned, there's a magician. There's all sorts of good things going on across the grounds over the weekend. What do you have for us this morning? What else is going on?
Well, we do. We have a great entertainment lineup planned for the 2 days, and all of the performances are sponsored by Constellation. So we sincerely thank Constellation for making it possible to bring these great performers here and to make it so that it is free for everyone. So we're very happy about that. So on Saturday morning at 9 a.m., we'll have the Clinton High School Band on the stage. Then at 10 o'clock, we'll have Green Diamond Express on the stage, followed by Stephanie Foster Band on the stage. At 2 o'clock, we'll have the Sugar Creek Cloggers on East Woodlawn Street out in front of the museum. And then Sunday, 9 a.m., it kicks off with Harmony Grits on the stage. And we will have from 11 to 2:30, we'll have our Victorian Victorian magician strolling the museum grounds. So he is fantastic. You don't want to miss him. And then noon to 1:30, we have the Barbershop Quartet strolling the museum grounds. Then at 2 o'clock, we have Quick Draw on stage. That's a band. And then again at 2 o'clock on Sunday, we'll have the Sugar Creek Cloggers back again out there on Woodlawn Street. So again, all of those performances are paid for by Constellation. And then the stage on which they perform in part is provided by First National Bank and Trust Company. We also will have Connexus will be sponsoring the tent where everyone sits and watches the performances and enjoys their food. And then we don't want to leave out Abraham Lincoln. He's coming back. We have a fantastic Lincoln. I just cannot say enough about this man. He spends both days with us all day, strolling the grounds, and you have photo opportunities, and you can talk to him and whatnot. But then also each day at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., on the museum front lawn, he gives a great presentation. Oh my goodness, it's like a history lesson, but stand-up comedy. It's fantastic. And he also makes a point to always tailor that presentation to our specific DeWitt County history story and Abraham Lincoln's ties to our friend C.H. Moore. And that is brought to you by looking for Lincoln Coalition and the DeWitt County Museum Association.
Sure, very good. So a lot happening. Check it all out. And again, Joey, is there a place with the music lineup, all the activities, when they'll take place? Like, do you have somewhere central folks can go to check all that information out?
I would say that the best place to have the most up-to-date information and in general, the most information would be our Facebook page. So please do go to our new Facebook page. Be sure to like and follow us. And it's under Apple and Pork Festival, written out just like that. And then you'll want to look for the profile picture that features that trademark Apple and Pork Festival pig and apple tree logo, red on a white background. And I'll be posting a lot of posts between now and then. So definitely check in. Lots more information to share on there. And that's probably the best and fastest place to find answers to any of your questions. And I encourage you to do that.
Very good. Joey, highlight, I know there's some important dates, milestones, things of that nature in terms of what folks need to know about the Apple and Pork Festival coming up, particularly the Parade of Pigs. How about this?
Right. So today is actually the first day that all of those who took a pig home with them to be entered into the Parade of Pigs contest are to bring them back. So if you're out there and you're listening and you have your pig and ready to enter him in the contest, you need to bring him back to the museum starting today, tomorrow, or Sunday. So the museum is open today and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., or you can bring your pig by 1 to 5 on Sunday. So definitely want to get the pigs in, and we're very excited to see, what everyone's come up with. We always have so many cleverly decorated pigs. It's just a lot of fun. Everyone enjoys that. And then, one lucky winner is going to be the grand champion. And they'll have a blue ribbon and $50, and then reserve will go to second place, red ribbon, and $25.
Excellent stuff. So be a part of that, or make sure you keep that in mind, I guess. It's a little too late to be a part of that. But at any rate, hey, Joey, I look at the clock, about 90 seconds left here with you still, my friend. Talk to me. Anything else you want to make sure we know about before I have to let you go for the day?
Well, I'm just hoping that we have great weather for this. I hope we have a great crowd. And in the end, I would really, there are many, many people to thank, our sponsors and whatnot. But in the end, it comes down to this, Beth. Without the volunteers who help us put this all together, it would not be possible. So I sincerely thank everyone, whether you're volunteering for the museum or one of the other nonprofit, organizations that are set up on the ground. Please know you have our gratitude. We are thankful. We recognize the work you do, and we acknowledge that without the volunteers, this would not happen.
For sure. Do you need volunteers, by the way, Joey? Do you need anything leading up to this weekend?
We really could use volunteers. And if anyone's interested, please do give me a call at the museum. We could use house docents. We can use people in the food booths, either serving food, preparing food, all kinds of things that we can offer. If you are interested, please give me a call at the museum. It's 217-935-6066. It feels good to get involved, and we would just love to add to our crew.
Fantastic, Joey. We'll let you go for the morning. Thank you, as always, for making time for us. Joey Long, Executive Director of the DeWitt County Museum, C.H. Moore Homestead, the Apple and Pork Festival, next weekend, September 23 and 24, here in Clinton. Be a part of it with us. Network news on the way on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.